da, 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 da. A good evening, everybody.
It will be good time. We all get the joy of blowing something up tonight.
Do I have to do this tonight?
No, I do not have a last name, but we can make one up on the fly.
I always just thought your first name was Rama and your last name was Gilligar.
Well, we can do that. We can do all kinds of things.
Well, that would work better.
It's good to have you back, Jay. Just gonna say that.
It's good to be back.
And we have to discuss some fleet and financial stuff before you leave tonight. So. Sure. What would you like to know, sir? Yeah, somewhat. I mean, like there's the basic like it affects your initiative and stuff like that. If you're trained, you get a better initiative roll. You get a couple extra actions you can take being trained. So flying and shooting, just standard actions. You just want to fly forward, not into somebody's combat space. No problem. Give her. But if you, let's say at the beginning of combat, if you're training piloting, you can choose to use your piloting. You can make a piloting roll instead of an initiative roll. What else was there? Oh, there's like, you can do like a strafe run and stuff. Like there's some things you can do in space and some things you can do when you're like on a planet in the atmosphere. So like if you're training piloting, you can do this like cool strafe run where instead of targeting like a 2x2 square with your auto fire, you target a like 5x1 square. What else is there? There's a bunch of stuff. Dogfighting is such a cool thing. I think it's going to come into play quite a bit.
Cool.
I do.
All right. Well, we could debate, what you can and can't do. There are a couple of things. Thinking of your ships, like especially starfighters as a one-person go, something like being able to fight defensively, one of Poser's signature moves. You can fly defensively. If you're not trained as a pilot, you can take a -5 penalty to shoot at stuff to get a +2 to your reflex. If you don't shoot anything at all, you get a +5 to your reflex as you fly defensively. And if you're trained as a pilot and do the same thing, you can take a -5 to shoot things for a +5 off the bat. And if you don't shoot anything and you're trained in pilot, you can get a +10 to your reflex. And that kind of number curve is what we're trying to wrap our head around tonight. I'm going to turn to Aiden Willems for a moment, who I know has been really poring over these just to back us up. And thank you for that, gentlemen, everyone that stuck their nose in a book in my stead this week while I've been on the road. Is there anything specific that you can think of that a player might assume, like their characters in combat? It's like, no, vehicle's very different. One thing I know, we were talking about collision and threshold damage. Now, I can tell you that a ship gives a player total cover.
Not all ships. It's dependent on the type and stuff like that.
Well, assuming it has a canopy or, that kind of thing. Like, not all vehicles, but... Anything? Aiden?
Oh, I'm not exactly sure what you're looking for.
We were talking about flying by... let's talk about dogfighting. Really quick.
Okay.
When you come at somebody, you can try to initiate a dogfight, and the two tokens stop and sort of lock in place adjacent to each other or overlapping?
Adjacent to each other. So you have to be, to start this, you have to be in an adjacent square next to the enemy airspeed or starfighter, and then you make a pilot check at a -5 penalty opposed by their pilot check. If you succeed, you and the target are engaged in a dogfight. And it kind of operates like melee combat / grappling in Pathfinder First Edition. So try to attack somebody that's dogfighting with, another person. You're firing into melee and you'll take penalties for that unless you have precise shot. While you're in the dogfight, if you're attacking, it's opposed pilot checks. And then if you beat their pilot check, you get to make an attack with the vehicle weapon as a swift action. And if you fail, you take a -5 penalty on attack rolls. And so there's a couple of different things with it, but it's not super complicated.
Additionally, for movement, if you are trained in the piloting skill, you can increase the vehicle speed, like give it a temporary boost to get some more movement out of your ship. You can't do that if you're untrained.
Yeah. There's shields that we have to deal with on top of everything else, which if you take damage over the shielding, I believe it drops it down 5 points. And you have to spend 3 swift actions either all in the same turn or 3 consecutive rounds to re-up your shields by 5. And you can also do that with your vehicle condition.
So you could go like 1 swift action spread over 3 rounds, or 2 up front and 1 second later. And like if you have any spare actions, you could be trying to focus on getting these shields back up. Kind of like,
Absolutely.
kind of like
never
shipping.
waste a swift.
Yeah, like
never waste a swift. Always be like, oh, I'm going to use my swift to
Assuming
flip
I
that
feel-
little switch over here.
Now,
Turn this knob.
I think the biggest thing that we found was the pilot versus the co-pilot, because in the situation of the Glorious Chariot, where Joe Gibson's character Vabesh is flying, and a character gets your 2 move actions, he can fly and take the ship speed twice, right? While relying on his co-pilot, Corey Chazon, playing Ramagilligar, to do the shooting and maintain shields depending on what he wants to do. And this effectively doubles the speed of the ship, as opposed to the guys in the starfighters, where like a character, they can do a double move or they can do a single move and shoot, which actually slows the vehicle because there's only 1 pilot, which I thought was very interesting. Because cloud cars, first of all, they're not starfighters. They are air speeders. There's your land speeder, like across the desert with Luke. There's an air speeder, like in Empire Strike Back, you know, those little suckers, that type of thing. These ships are atmosphere only. They are considered air speeders. You can't take these into orbit like you can the Z95s. You guys have starfighters, and there's some differences in the stats, but it isn't a comparable fight. So, taking the scene back down to where we left off at the docking bay, I believe.
Yes.
And you guys had all piled in to Z95s. So on the battle board here, we have 4 Z95s and a it's actually a Clone Wars Star Destroyer, but we'll say that the ship-looking ship in the center is the yacht, the Glorious Chariot. Now, to tell them apart, as you guys noticed, for those that watch the video, the characters all have a color represented of their dice, the player, and the little circle that sits underneath their mini. Rahul Baris is red. Poser Sham is purple. Merrick the Mercenary, Ryan, is green. Askaleth J, Dr. Blue, good for you, is blue. Ramagilligar, new to the show, has taken yellow. I usually use white for Stormtrooper or gray. So I've given the ship's dots. There's a red dot, green dot, yellow dot, purple dot, blue dot on the ship, indicating who is controlling it, instead of having great big, shield bonus name tags on the bottom. Okay. So, as you guys get in, systems check, and you're off like a herd of turtles.
Like a turtle hurdles?
Turtle hurdles. Now, Bespin, remember, is kind of like a space station in the clouds. It's suspended, so there's no like off the ground going. You guys are sort of up out of that bay, straight up, and then just off the side, and out, and trying to follow Captain O'Keefe's directions to let's go and get the Shackles of Nizon ship and intercept it, right?
Yep.
But the sun setting over Bespin's horizon casts the entire atmosphere in a red-orange glow. The beauty of the scene is broken up by the cloud cars, some with 2 pods and others of a sleeker, more aerodynamic design with a single pod. They are racing towards you, and as the first blaster bolts pass to either side of your vessel, the cloud cars are still too distant to get a good shot, but you can tell right away that they mean to take no prisoners. O'Keefe comes over the comms and explains that whether these people are in Dargus pockets or not, you guys have been blamed for the murder of Lieutenant Arandis. And all the Empire sympathizers on the station of the Wing Guard, as well as the Empire itself, are out for justice. And you guys all have big targets on you. So, taking us to the battle board and showing you what's what. Roll for initiative, because it's actually a skill. It's not the initiative roll, it's actually on your skill, not to forget. It's, you know, which I think is kind of is neat, different, you know.
19.
Are you allowed to use your own initiative modifier instead?
No. Okay, so you have to use the vehicle initiative, or you can use your piloting skill. Sorry, your boosted initiative won't come into play here.
Oh, that's annoying.
Aw.
Oh, there's actually two different options prior to the piloting. You can actually have each character make a separate initiative check. If not, an alternative is make an initiative check for each vehicle using the pilot's initiative check modifier.
So it'd be like when you get several guys on a ship. Right.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
thinking like the 5 guys in a freighter. I'd like you guys to have individual initiative because it's going to get swampy, like dogfight swampy really fast. So if you guys...
So if you are trained in pilot, you can use your piloting skill modifier instead of the initiative from the ship.
Which means give me a piloting check, and that can count as your...
R4 has a pilot check of 13.
Awesome.
Okay, boys. Where do we find the pilot check?
In your skill list.
It'll be on your the character
Cruise?
sheet we did up for
Yeah.
the ship.
All right. Round 1.
Uno.
Round 1. And we've got initiative turns with you guys all... you all wanted to refocus on Merrick, who ended up with 26.
Merc
Yep.
have a little boop boop.
Right? So, Merrick,
Yes.
Jolie, do the thing.
Duh. Everyone, please kindly follow formation. Stay on flanks left and right. Engage weapons to fully automatic. That is yellow button on far left hand side for you, Raul. Shoot target that I shoot.
If only Frank was there to like Zin to like post-it note your cockpit for you there, eh, Rob? Remember that?
I'm flying blind here.
Where's Zin's post-it notes? All right, so with a slight eking forward, taking the guard position or the squad leader position, you guys all hang back and are forming up. Okay?
Yep.
And this sets your initiatives far above theirs at like 26, 25, 24, 22, all the way down, coming down to 13. The Talons, the single fuselage, or if you're looking at the screen at the top left, the purple dudes,
Purple dudes.
the purple ships, fly right for you guys and try to engage immediately. And oh, something else you guys can do. As a move action, you guys form up. As a standard action, off the air, you guys were talking about trying to figure out what they have. You guys can use your scanners.
Cool. Like use computers and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah. So I believe it's
I vote Vabesh does that.
I don't know if it's a piloting check or if it's a computer use, but basically you're scanning out.
Using scanners?
Yeah.
That would be like a use computer.
It's a
and
use
mechanics?
computer.
Okay, so but the base DC is like very easy, but go ahead. Everyone give me computer use.
Is
And the funny thing is,
he a computer guy?
you guys are on.
He is a computer guy.
Yeah. Don't forget that you guys are also on.
Natural 20.
Nice. We are on fire tonight, guys.
Don't forget you guys are also on radio comms. Oh my God, is this thing on? Tap tap tap. Do you hear me going down? Mayday, mayday, mayday. Don't forget you guys are like
Roger, Roger.
literally on the comms.
Oh,
No,
they go slow.
no, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Flying straight at you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So have those
They're
computer
so
use
fast.
computer use checks, please. 1, 2,
Computers use chicks.
4, 5, 6. Yep.
Use computer of 29.
2,
24 from R4.
4,
26 from Merrick.
2, 3, 6. Okay. All of you guys can tell that these guys have I'd be nice enough to say that you would guess that if it's a starfighter, it has some kind of durasteel plating. So they should have some kind of damage reduction. Like even a car would, even if it's like 5 or 10. Like you just don't make something that has guns that's supposed to take a little bit of damage and fire out of balsa wood, right? However, they don't have shields because they are air speeders. Well, these ones are anyway.
It's good to know.
Sorry, I'm just moving these guys up. Now remember, any angle automatically counts as 2. So if you slide your guy forward and down on an angle, that's like 2 squares. So as you see with this guy here, actually I guess I could show it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Didn't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Talons double move and all come right at you, like sliding down into position, a little bit loose, looking to engage. Next, we have the Cloud Cars. And they actually hang back. Round 2. The Talons 4 move to engage. 5 clown cars are like, they throttle down so they're barely...
Clown cars.
Cloud cars. Sorry. Yeah. So starting with Merrick, you're up, and Ramagilligar in Darga the Hutt's glorious chariot, you are on deck going next. What are your orders, squad leader?
First, I forgot to do this, but I'm retcon marking my prime target.
Okay, so now we're talking skills you use as your character converting over to skills in a ship.
Yes.
Right.
It's a talent, right?
Right. So, but here's the thing. Do you have to be focused in the weapon?
No.
No. So anything you fight with any weapon you use.
That's the joy of it.
Okay. So go ahead. What does that do?
Well, it comes out of the fighter ambush tree, which then can branch out and do a whole bunch of cool little things. Currently, what it does for me is it gives me a +2 moral bonus against attack rolls on my prime target.
Okay.
Until the end of the encounter.
All right.
So I would like to mark the speeder that is directly in front of Merrick's ship.
Okay.
And then for this turn, I will
Could you ping him again?
sure. It's
Okay.
the third one down from the north of the map.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is I will give this enemy ship a green dot, and you're like, "That's mine. He's mine." Right? Makes sense?
Yeah. The crosshairs are on.
Yep.
And then I will move forward 4. I'll
Fly straight forward, and your ship speed actually is 4.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I will do an attack run. Or not an attack run. Because it's move attack as one thing.
Yep.
Cool.
Would you like to raise your shields?
Yes. What kind of action would that require?
Good question. A swift?
I believe it is a swift.
Swift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Swift. Shields on.
Okay. It burns a lot of power to keep them up running like right from launch. So it's like, I'll give it so that there's no argument. Some say you could, some not. It's just like, you know what? Round
They
one.
don't actually specify,
Yeah.
but they do say nobody flies all the time with their shields on because it's hard on your
And they
your
call
reactor.
them deflectors in Star Wars lore. They're like angling my deflector shields, angling the right, because there's also having the 2 arcs front and back and then bringing them both forward and all that kind of thing, doubling down. But for these purposes, for right now, you've got your shields up and you've got your shield SR of like 15 on the...
Correct.
Yep. And first they'll chew up the shields, then the damage reduction will soften anything going to your main hull.
That's the hope.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You are now 2 squares away from the guy you want targeted. Now, high and on your right, or like to the north of this map or whatever, you are beside some guy is going right beside you. He's flying by, though he is also 2 squares away. So ahead of you, in Starship Square scale, point blank for a basic blaster cannon on an actual ship is 0 to 1. Short range is just 2. 3, 4 is medium. So you are at short range and will incur a -2 a penalty if you wish to shoot now. Or do you want to wait?
No, I will unload now with a fully auto attack mode.
So you want to do an auto fire?
I do. That's what my command was. I would let everyone know where the switch was even.
Okay.
So in the auto fire,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's in the auto fire, I will also burst fire as one of my character feats, which translates actually over to pilot.
Okay.
So I basically don't get the benefit of miss and still do half damage, but I do get to add 2 more dice.
Okay.
Shoo.
Okay. Now I'll be tracking hit points directly onto the tokens, because if you guys track them on the sheets, health bars pop up and it just clutters the map. So
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So shoot,
so
sir.
I'm taking a -2 to this attack, correct?
Yep, because of the range.
Right.
Now
Plus
no,
a -5 because of auto fire.
Yep, that's 7.
Right.
Now you can use the ship to shoot because they all have like their basic built-in targeting computer, or you can use your character's base attack bonus, which if you guys are 6th level, but you dipped away from soldier, would leave you with what, 4 or 5? What's your BAB?
5.
5. Okay. So whatever,
Yeah, it depends on your class.
whatever's better.
Yeah. So like soldier gets like a base attack every level, I'm pretty sure. But like noble, they don't get their first base attack bonus until level 2.
Yeah, and I took a 1 level dip out, so I'm not America's Impure Soldier, and
Oh yeah, you went scoundrel. Scoundrel is the same as noble.
I did for the free grenades. They
They get
lured
the
me
gimp.
in.
They
Yep.
get the gimp.
Now it says a Z95 has a triple blaster. Like the X-wings have the 4 blasters on the wings. A Z95 has.
It's kind of for flavor text, is my interpretation of it.
Well, I was thinking of the Luftwaffe, how they had the nose gun as well as the wing cannons.
Right.
Because just underneath that nose fuselage is like an indent where you could have a cannon.
Oh, there absolutely is one. It
Yeah.
is it is a triple blaster, but for like calculations, it is the same as a double. So there's like 3 stages. There's single, double, quad, essentially, because a triple counts as a double.
Okay. Well, I've got like the Talons have double blaster cannons and do like 4d10. The Z95s have triple blasters and they only do 3d10.
Right.
You know, like
Times 2.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, right. You double your damage. I don't. So that's where the times 2 is. And then you got Darga's Glorious Chariot, where he's got like a medium and a double like laser cannons that all do all kinds of different stuff, right? Anyway, moving on. Sorry, trying to keep this going here.
Yeah, no worries. It's first time, so it's fun. So I will
Shoot him.
shoot them in the face, and I take the -2 for the range increment. Submit. Roll. Yes.
Don't forget the.
What I
So many dice.
Don't forget.
Right?
Don't forget this. Not 2.
17.
Not 2. 7. Remember. Auto fire. Total of -7.
Yeah, the -5 is built in.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I have a button just for burst fire.
Okay, gotcha. Now what? Burst fire on your character?
On my the Z95
Oh, okay.
sheet.
I was gonna say. Right. Okay. 17.
Yeah.
Versus a Talon.
Yeah.
Okay. As you start lighting up, the pilot anticipates and starts doing the slight, like not spinning, but doing the little wingtip, like a slight rock left, right. He knows the shape of his ship, and he just angles just enough that you skiff his wings, but actually don't hit.
Force point.
No. Would you like to spend a force point? I'm getting to that.
Yes, I would.
Matt, you're getting to be a big pain in my ass. Stop.
I try. I do my best. I mean, it's what I'm here for.
You know.
I mean, good job, Jeff. You're the best GM ever.
If I do kill your character, we'll just put you in the chair.
Yeah.
That hits.
Ooh,
success. Nice. Success.
Oh, wait, and I have my other assured attack.
Yes.
I can re-roll one of my lowest die. Let me check. Do I roll just one? I'm fairly certain I do.
Because you've got 2 1s there.
You can re-roll the lowest damage die, but must keep the second roll even if it's worst. I would interpret that as 1. I don't know. It's your call.
Yeah, it is 1.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I allowed to call? Matt, I'd like you to mute up unless it's your turn. he's just so on top of this.
He's involved, man. He's involved.
No, but it's totally 1 because it says die, not dice.
I've brought this upon myself by allowing rules lawyers, but
no way.
Another 1.
It was meant to be.
Karma.
I guess I gotta take it.
All right.
So I do 50 damage.
Yeah, like the 50 points isn't enough, right?
Yeah, no.
It's not. There's so much more available.
Okay.
Actually, that was a pretty good.
I take the hit, and as you would think, there's that blaster scoring that just kind of, melts the paint and gets through the Durasteel with a comparable damage reduction as your own of like 10. But that's nice. Well done. And that's you, sir?
Shoot these one.
Okay. Next, we have Vabesh and Ramagiligar in the chariot. And Besh basically takes a double move, and he's going to do a flyby on the one that is... he's going to move to... Like, there's 2 guys to the south of us, more than enough to engage those others. But if that pack back there comes up, we're going to have a hole in our defenses. So he comes straight forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a single move, because the Glorious Chariot, I believe, has a movement of 4, if I'm not mistaken. Glorious Chariot has a movement of 16 squares. Are you kidding me? Oh, sorry, 4 squares in Starship
Scale.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's awesome. It's a fat ship. Sorry. So he does a double move. 4 coming straight at, and then 1 forward to match, and then he slides out. So that's 2 to go over here. Okay.
So technically, if he was in range and didn't have to make that double move, he could have flown up, made his attack.
May I finish?
As well as
May I finish? He's in the middle of something here.
Yeah.
If the kind of what's it's okay. I just say Corey, but dude, seriously, mute, please. You're screwing up now I forget what I was going to do. He moves forward 4, and he comes up. He strafes left. Now I'm adjacent, okay? And he and Corey can shoot because they're turrets. I can either shoot everything straight forward, but there's the medium, and the medium can do a strafe shot. So from 2 squares.
That's exactly what I was saying. So if he only spent 1 move, he could shoot, but he spent 2 moves, so he can't. So Vabesh can't shoot, but Ramagiligar can.
Right. So Ramagiligar.
Yes, sir,
my friend. Yes.
Right. He's coming at it, right? And he says, "We'll shoot, and then I'm going to veer off." Or do you want me just to go around him?
No, let's shoot.
Okay.
I like the idea of shooting.
Okay, so he pulls up, holds, and everyone will shoot.
Pew pew. What do we got here? I got some double medium laser cannons.
Right. So
let's try those.
Yeah. The big gun is you.
And we roll, and what do we get?
The rolls on the ship here are only +2, so you're best to go off with your base attack bonus.
Okay. So what do I need to do in order to get the proper bonus?
What's your base attack on your sheet?
On Ramagilgar, it is 4.
Right.
It's already factored into the attack rolls. Already made sure to put in his BAB for that.
Oh, okay. So instead of the gun, okay, so you're good to go. So with an 8, okay, this sucker, we've got like mounted guns, and we're flying straight like a tank, but really slow like a bomber. And as you're trying to line them up, this thing is just dipping and humping and flipping around, and like it knows it's coming up against a bigger ship and evades. Also, I don't say it jams, but the response time, like you pull the stick left and it's like 2, 3, and then the tracking ball moves left, like the cursor is like delayed, and it's screwing you up a little bit here. Not you're taking penalties, we're just flavoring your horrible dice roll.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
As for the medium laser cannon, which is actually, as you can see on the sheet here, fired by the pilot, we'll have Besh have a go. Anyone want to take a stab for Besh?
Got it. Ooh, that is a 14 to hit.
No, sorry. And like I said, I'm not going to burn Besh's force points unless he's saving his own life or yours. Not fair for us to just like, oh yeah, fair force point. And then he plays again. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, we've burned all your force points. You're about to die. That's not cool. Okay. So, coming in and still getting used to the controls, and unfortunately, no. Next up, we have R4, played by Jay, and Poser, you're on deck.
Oh. R4 was told to follow Merrick.
Okay.
So I will be moving into position so that I can fire behind. Probably moving forward 3 and up the 1.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and as soon as you move up, you're locked into a double move because of any corner movement.
Oh no, I meant up, like directly up.
A 90-degree turn? That is how fast? How well do these things bank?
You can totally do it.
Yeah.
You have free range of movement within your starship movement speed.
Now, is there anything piloting roll where they actually they want like maybe a 180 or an Illman or anything?
Nope.
That type of thing?
Nope. There are some feats that allow you to do extra moves stuff if you are like specialized in piloting, but no, like as like standard starship movement.
But that's cool. I mean, it keeps it simple, right? So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. There are actually more advanced rules in Starships of the Galaxy, which we haven't really covered at all. I just actually discovered them, including maneuvers, which act like force powers, but with piloting checks instead of use the force.
Do you have to be, are these like feats you have to take and talents you have to take, or is it for anybody?
I'm not exactly sure. It's just kind of here. I haven't read through all of it, but there's like, afterburn, angle the deflector shields, attack pattern.
Okay.
Corellian slip, counter in a dogfight.
Right on. We'll have to look into.
Yeah,
we'll have to look into that. Let's do a base run with this, and if anyone survives, we'll get into some we've leveled up, and now you guys are expert pilots. So we have the advanced rules. Because remember, like, if you guys have advanced rules, so do the bad guys, and they'll start doing wild stuff, and you guys could get totally screwed that way. But anyway, so continuing with Jay, 3 forward, 1 up is a single move. What have you got left?
From here, I was hoping to start feeding Merrick some data for a better shot on his next go around. So with 8 another.
Okay, I would want you to be adjacent. You're like 2 starship scale is like character scale is like 4, so it's like you're 8 squares away. Oh, that's not so bad. I mean, you could usually do stuff within 12. Yeah, I'll allow it.
That, and we're within comms kind of thing. So
yeah, but you gotta see the battle is what I'm worried about. It's also 3-dimensional, right? But if the character scale is only a multiple of 4, if you could like be on comms and the guy's 12 squares away in a hallway and you can't see what's around the corner, you could still get a sense. So yeah, no, I'm cool with this. Go ahead.
Okay.
So
Then yes, I start.
okay, so you want to do an aid another roll for his attack,
Yes.
basically making you his wingman. Okay, sure. So you're gonna hit a DC 10, and his next attack will be at a +2, helping him. Is that what we're going for here?
By providing improved targeting data or by coordinating with attacks of other vehicles. It doesn't say specifically how I make it.
Attack roll versus reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
by making
there's-
an attack roll against reflex 10. Okay.
If you were on like a frigate where people were manning multiple stations, you could do like a use computer check in place of that, but you're in separate ships, so really all you can do is sack your attack for.
And if you were on the bridge, it would even maybe allow tactics. I know Merrick's just dying to use that, but you're not on a bridge yet. I'm really kind of surprised Merrick didn't get on the yacht. But anyway, sure. So give us a shot versus the old 10. And then you can bank, he can bank this, you know. Now, usually this usually has to happen like in the same round. Don't you have to have initiative? Right? I ate another for his next attack. Well, no, it doesn't matter because it's lateral. Whether you have initiative on this round or at the
Technically, we're
bottom.
all going on the same turn because we held
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Because even if he's in the bottom of the round and then he's like for his next attack, so it's fine. So you got 15.
Yes.
So there you go, sir. +2, we're banking for Merrick's next shot. And R4, of course, comes over the comms, and he's spitting out some great advice for you, Merrick.
Droid, I do not speak binary. Translate to computer.
I mean, I'm mostly speaking to your targeting systems, so that's fair.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, like, yeah, there's like the little helper emoji, like asteroid droid shows up on your screen.
Paperclip.
Yeah, like oh, it looks like Arthur, you know.
So it looks like you're trying to engage in a starship battle.
Yeah.
Do you need some help?
Because if he talks to you directly, you remember that mod that Rahal paid for, and I was going to get modded. Yeah. And he disappeared for like a day and a half, and you guys we were doing montages of Mission Impossible, how he broke into the casino. Yeah, I might hit a droid shop. I mean, you don't know if you actually get what you want, and like through the translator, when he says something like, you know, you have nice eyes, you know, you have no idea what's coming your way. So careful what you wish for. Anyway, that is R4. We have Poser up, and then Rahal on deck. Poser, what do you want to do?
So I am going to. Now I can't remember exactly. Can I fly through friendly squares or not?
You should be able to. I mean, like, you can't go through a
cannot. Yeah, you cannot end in an ally's. It's the same rules.
Yeah, you go through.
Essentially.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3 straight through Arthur. 4, right? That's one move.
Yeah.
And what do you got? Now what do you want to do?
And then I'm going to release a barrage on this, on the airspeeder that is across from.
Okay.
The big ship.
Okay, so 2 forward, and then 1 on an angle is 4 squares, which counts as medium range, which is -5 to attack.
Yep. And I'm also making this auto-fired.
That's like 10. Sure.
Yeah, but that's it's against the reflex defense for half.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Merrick. Your last thing was a burst, right?
Yeah.
Can you burst like adjacent squares, or no? It's not big enough, is it?
No. Auto-fire in Starship scale only targets one entity.
Yeah, you were like, now you did hit him thanks to your force point, and I took full damage. Yay! But okay, sorry, I just had a.
No, I still rolled 2 1s. That wasn't full. Okay. There's more.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Getting back to Mr. Autofire. So
yes,
this is 15.
So attack of 15.
-10
for. The -10s are already factored in. I got a 16 on the dice.
Okay. Do you want to spend a force point? You're within a 50% range.
Yeah, I'll pop a force point. I got a 5.
Yes.
So it bumps up to 20.
That hits for full damage of 42.
Yep.
And
42.
We're gonna mark this Talon as Poser's bitch, and Poser's bitch takes.
Yeah.
Say that out loud.
And as I come flying past R4, he notices still wet paint flying off the back of my Z95 as he sees written on the side, Screeching Rancor.
I think Arthur has something to say about that, but not everybody has their translator on. All right, that's awesome. So while somebody was like refilling his jetpack and Rahal was running around healing everywhere, you pulled out the old spray cans, right?
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
right on the did the big Rancor face in the reverse.
Couldn't stand the Darga.
Oh,
Osam
maybe just turn it into a Rancor. It's like, this looks like a Rorschach Rancor. If I just add some legs and, there you go. Maybe it inspired the name. All right. And that's you, sir?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? So far, Ryan's the only one that has raised his shields.
Oh, yeah. Swift action raised shields.
Don't worry. The best raised R is there. He only did 2 moves or a move and a shot. It's like, and he raised our shields. Sure. I'll even be nice. We'll say Arthur had his up since it was like a call across the board.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll move my full movement forward.
No, I'm not that nice. Arthur's shields are down. Your pants are down, dude. Okay, 4 forward. 2, 3, 4. That puts you on Merrick's wing. Yep. And sort of angled towards the guy in front of you. Unfortunately, on an angle is considered 2 squares, but point blank is 2, so you're good.
Yep. And I will take my shot with an additional +1. That's not the right sheet.
Actually, for blaster cannons, 2 is short range.
2 is short range, yeah. So I don't take penalties, or I take -2?
-2.
Yeah. Pow, pow, pow. Oh, and this is an auto fire shot, because on the previous turn I flopped my business over. I'm not going to spend a force point on that.
So your first action, you move. The second action,
I shoot.
you shoot.
And for my swift, I will raise my shields, but
Okay.
let's resolve this damage. He takes 9 points of damage, which is nothing because of this DR.
That's right. Pew. But you scratch the paint. Scorch marks all up the Talon. You show him you mean business. It's sort of a last chance to surrender, right? He looks scared. The canopy pops and out he goes. Oh, I'm not doing this. That's
Really?
that's how you imagined it. No, you've been below 0 and near
The Hall's
death.
theater of the mind.
Yeah, no, I just like any time in like a single day you drop below 0 and you're unconscious and have to come back. There's a little bit of delusions going on. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's me.
All right. The Talons. Let's start with the one that Rahal is right next to, and I'll just work my way top down on the board here. So, Talon number 1, or our red Talon, that's engaging Rahal here. Basically does the same thing. Like, he's coming at you and you're shooting, and he just opens up with his own auto fire to play the odds, as it were. And for this guy, after all bonuses are considered, I'm taking a shot of it with a total of -2. This isn't great. And I'm calling this out because normally a DM wouldn't, but it's like I just
That's a hit.
find this interesting. 16. What is the reflex of a Z95?
14.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Full damage, huh? Sweet.
Mhm.
Talons have a double blaster cannon of 4d10 times 2. So he just rips into you.
Wait, they have
Or
40. No, it's just 40-10. It's not times 2. Is
I'm
it?
reading it. The Talons are combat cloud cars.
Oh,
the regular,
okay, yeah, okay.
the
I was gonna say.
the regular cloud car has a 5d10, but it's only times 1. So,
Savage.
That's unfortunate.
Mhm.
So you take 42 points of damage. So it
Okay,
chews
so
up
15 points are chewed off my shields.
and now they're down. You got to start recycling them. Another 10 come off of your damage reduction.
Yep.
So you negate a total of 25 points.
Mm-hmm.
out of the 42, leaving us with what?
17.
Thank you. So I'll take 17 off your ship for you here,
Ouch.
and you're
That-
down.
that
You're down
hurts.
to 103.
Oh, what's my threshold? I better check. Oh, is the threshold calculated after you factor shields and DR?
I think so, because like
Okay.
it's the ship's hull that's finally taking damage, and if it's still above threshold, you know what I mean?
Yep. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, this sucks. Eh.
I should have stayed on the ground, right?
Now hold on. Before we go further,
Yeah.
I just want to check something real quick because as a reaction,
A reaction to what? To me? To you
No
getting
idea.
shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's more. The Tabana gas platform. Can I have a perception check? Hull.
sure can.
Mm-hmm.
28.
You see guns on the corners of the platforms, and they are swiveling and training on you now that you're really close. And the platform gets a turn at the end of the round. But right now, I'll continue with my talons.
Very quickly, Matt's shields are now reduced to 10.
Yeah.
So he still has an SR of 10 instead of it automatically dropping to 0.
Okay, so what happens to all that damage? He only reduces 5?
No, so he reduces all 15, but the shields get reduced as well. So next time he takes damage, he only gets to cut 10 off of it. And then 5.
Yeah,
Unless,
so
if you
Unless I
recharge
charge it back
Yeah,
up.
because it's a field that's degenerating as opposed to... That makes sense. It absorbs most of the damage, but now less effectively in 5 increments, because otherwise it goes from like 15 to 0. That actually didn't seem really right, but okay. I got you. Continuing with the talons. Yes, Matt, you have a question?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to. So talking's free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or so after noticing, the gun placements on the Tabana gas platforms, I will patch it in over comms and just be like, "Keep your distance, guys. They got guns on the platforms."
Okay, cool. The guy holding back, right? As he comes forward, all the others seem to shift, and he'll come forward 1, 2, and put himself right nose to nose with Merrick, who is the lead of the V, and attempt to start a dogfight with Merrick.
Does his wife know?
No. Yeah, that's her right behind me in the other cloud car. So what does he need to do to start a dogfight?
Get some
he
pit
needs,
bulls.
he needs to make a pilot check at a -5 penalty, and Merrick needs to make a regular pilot check.
All right. Six and 7 is -5.
Yes,
So it'd be-
-5.
It'd be like 8. I get 8. What'd you get?
I got 15.
So I try to get in your face and you shake him.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
now is that my move to do that or my standard?
Standard.
Okay, so I try to lock it up with you and fail. And that
Not today, Jose.
and that's him. The guy behind is going to slide through friendlies and basically get into a dogfight with the glorious chariot, where I'd probably have the advantage as a smaller, as a smaller ship. And so far down the line, they all slide and try to start into regular targets. So the guy that's poser shot at, he's like, okay, you pick me, and he goes for him, that kind of thing. So the talons down the line switch up, sort of force you guys to switch up targets. So Rahal's guy didn't actually engage him, he just sprayed him.
Yeah.
The-
So when I click the pilot roll on Vibesh's sheet, it comes up as Rahal Oberus.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That was not my pilot roll.
I was gonna say for 27 for you, it's like, damn, too bad we're not engaging you. That's fine. So this is what I'm trying to do to shake you. These guys, and just give you an idea, like you're fighting them. Like, wow, he's good with a sword. Wow, these guys are good. These guys have +7s to their piloting rolls, and I'm not afraid to share this because you quickly get a sense if these guys are good pilots or not, and they're not bad. However, I got to do this at -5, so now I only get a +2 instead of +7. So now I get a 20 total, but with Fabesh, just
smashing an 18 on the dice.
Just
with
barrel,
his pluses.
just barreling, like not today, right? And last but not least, we have a Talon Pilot engaging poser with a mighty 4.
There's theoretically a chance.
Roll.
My pilot is not great. 15.
Yep, that beats me. So that is the Talons go. Next are the actual cloud cars. These sleek
Clown cars.
Cloud cars. These sleek aerodynamic aerospeeder boats a narrow fuselage with curving wings stretch out from each side. The red-colored airspeeder looks more like a starfighter than a repulsor craft, and it has the weapons to match that appearance. These are the double orange-red fuselaged airspeeders that shot at Han when he was trying to land on Bespin and contact Lando. They did like a warning shot across his bow, and just so people can ID to the movie if you're not watching the video, just so we know. Most people universally know what a cloud or a clown car is. Look at all those wingmen coming out of that cloud car, right? When it lands, a whole bunch. No? All right. So,
Cue to the Benny Hill music.
yeah.
Well,
So, sorry, Ryan, you had a question?
no. Well, I was just curious. Is there flanking in starship battles?
I don't see why not, but since Matt is just all over this, whether I like it or not, I'll have you
I've
look it
been
up.
reading a lot on the Starship stuff, man. Like a lot.
It's not that. It's like Aiden, and Aiden goes, "This is what it is." For you, you don't say, "Well, here's the rule." You're like, "You know what I would do?" Right before I have a chance to actually they put a question out to the air for any player or the GM to answer, and you always jump in there going, "You know what I would do?" This is what
that's me.
and this is what I have a problem with.
Okay, so I will say this. When it comes to doing like fancy stuff like that, it does get into starship maneuvers.
Yeah.
And I would say, unless you're trained, probably I wouldn't.
Not a
even,
good
it
idea,
wouldn't
yeah.
Factor.
We're getting back into the other book that we just kind of waved off. So anyway, the cloud cars themselves, now that you guys are nose to nose with the combat ready Talon cars, these guys use their superior speed. These suckers have 6 squares and they fly around, not in a flank, but more of a piercing pincer, because the other ones came right at you. Guys were high. These guys come in low. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to come here. And then 1, 2. And at this position, where I'm right near poser, I'm going to use my co-pilot to shoot at you as he flies by and keeps going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay,
1,
to
2.
clarify,
3,
there is
4,
actually a
5.
feat called Starship Tactics. If you don't have that feat, you can't do any flanking maneuvers or anything like that. Straight up.
Cool.
Because they have a whole list of actions you can take if you have the Starship
Yeah.
Tactics feat.
Oh yeah,
So-
I know it's like
so,
it's a whole.
Jeff, if your dudes have
subsection.
Starship Tactics, they might have some extra fun. I don't know if they do or not, but
Okay. So I've got one guy basically, because you've got the lowest Talon nose to nose with Poser and Arthur right behind, they come in and they form up in like a gallery line and do a flyby, and the first one strafes Poser and the second one strafes Arthur, and they do a tight turn in behind. So I've got 2 guys doing shots here. And then I've got the other guys that are going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to bring me nose to nose with Merrick. And
that can't happen.
hang on, not done. One's moving through.
Okay.
I'm just stopping to show you where
Okay.
the shot is, right?
Oh, it's a flyby.
Yeah, because these guys have got co-pilot, so one guy can. This is what like Rahal and Vabesh can do. The cloud cars are faster, and they have a co-pilot that can do the shooting, right? So one guy comes way up an angle. I'm burning all my movement in this, cardinal movement, and I'm gonna finish myself. Sorry, I'm gonna bank hard. Sorry, bank hard and go 1-2 and tuck in up behind the Talon here. So Merrick gets a shot at him. And then the last guy, 2, 4, 6.
There are no
8.
actual attack of opportunities. He has a
8.
chance to engage in a dogfight.
8. Yeah. No, these guys are cautious. They want to do flybys because they know they're like in shitty little cloud cars. Shit, where was I? 2.
Doing the flyby
4.
attack.
No, I'm just trying to remember where I started. 2, 4, 6. 2 forward is 8. And then we go, because I'll be careful. I can't go through you guys. I got to go past you, right? 10, 11, 12. I'm going to finish here and just take a 2-square shot at Rahal. Hang on a second. You know what I can do? If I started here, I can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to come forward. Take a shot at the yacht and finish my movement behind my friendly here. So the yacht gets a shot. So far I've managed to take one shot at just about each of you. One for Rahal with the top car, one for he's going to shoot at he'll tuck in. Can I shoot through friendlies? No, I don't think I can.
If you have the precise shot.
Right. So I will enter the square, take my shot,
you
and
can,
exit.
but you take a -5 additional to your range increment and your
Yeah. No. I'm gonna fly nose to nose with Merrick and then slide out so I end my movement. And then this last guy is gonna go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, end his turn at 10. 8, 10. Take his shot here on an angle, and I'll stay here tucked in behind. So basically I've got 5 cloud cars and they've broken up and they're kind of doing a support team run, right? Shooting at one shoots at each of you. It just took a little bit of joggling to like fly around and see how this now we're actually, we can zoom in a little bit because we have the proverbial cluster going on here. Of the ships so close. So just so we're clear, we'll start with Merrick and I'll give him a red dot. And Merrick's cloud car has the pilot doing a straight shot at +3, and you may or may not have to eat 5d10, but no ×2. That's the good news. So first roll, and I'll spam these rolls, and these rolls go top down on the board, so I can just do 5, 3, 4, try to save some time here. 5. And then marking the dots as I execute these rolls, if you follow me. So starting at the very top of the board, the guy that strafes Rahal and moves off, tucked in behind his Talon, is the top roll with a 16.
It's a hit.
And I roll my damage, and my damage today happens to be... Where'd it go? Today's damage is D10. 5d10 against you, sir. For a total of 14 points.
So that's 4 points.
Well, actually, it's 10 off of your
Gets-
shields.
Yeah, so
right.
10 off my shields.
4
and
for your
then-
damage reduction, and you're good.
Yeah.
So now your
Yeah,
shields are
but
down to
my
5.
shields are down to 5, yeah.
Right, but at least you're absorbing damage now instead of getting chewed up, right?
Instead of getting hurt. Yep,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take it.
The next guy, my next roll, 17 for Merrick.
Yes.
Okay. And again, the damage, because if I could do this on mass, I'm hoping it'll go a little quicker. Try and speed things up here. Merrick, take 28 points. So,
All right. And it goes shield rating, then DR.
right.
next?
So have you taken any hits yet?
No, not yet. I just had a dogfight engagement. That's it.
Now, do I have to pierce his shields to chew them up, or do they automatically go down?
So they automatically go down, but wait, you are
Well, with Merrick,
Wait, Ryan, were you
with Ryan, I didn't.
actively in a dogfight or not?
No, I didn't.
Because that actually matters.
No, not in the dogfight.
He didn't.
failed.
He didn't shoot him. He just tried to start dogfighting, so nothing really happened.
Okay.
But this suddenly reminded me, is like, well, if they take, like, I'm sure we had somebody like absorb shield damage, and I don't know if we took it down. No, it was Rahal. We did. Okay, no, we're good. Okay, so 15 points come off of here, which drops me to like 13 points. Then another 10 from your damage reduction, which means your hull will only take 3.
Correct.
And your shields are going to drop
To 10.
to 10.
Correct.
So you're down to 117, and your shields, I have that number too, down to 10. Rahal's shields are down to 5. And we're good. Next guy is messing it up with Ramagiligar. What is the Glorious's Chariot's reflex defense, the ship itself, Corey?
Oh, the reflex. Let me look. Wow, it's a whopping 2.
Well, I've got... What? Really?
Yeah, it's got to be higher.
It's got to be like 12.
Let me just check your numbers here.
Well, let's
Hang on,
see.
Glorious-
I get a 2
Should be-
equals
Oh, it's
10
14.
plus-
I'm looking at it here.
Yeah,
It's 14.
It's 14. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at a reflex with a 2. Mind you, it says equals 10 plus 2
Oh.
for a 12.
We didn't add in the armor.
This is plus 12 armor. Anyway, I've got its stats here out of the module. It says 14. Anyway, this guy comes at you, Gilligar, and good old sidekick Vabesh. Anyway, rolling a 5 with the pilot check, it's flat missing. And we're like the size of a barn. So I'm not saying we roll the ship or whatever. It's just he's maneuvering and, gets unlucky. Does the Glorious Chariot have shield? Oh, you have shield as well. Okay, good. That's good to know.
15
Yeah.
with a DR of 50.
But I
actually,
flat out
it's beefy.
missed, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Extra slimy plating. Next we have Poser with a 21.
It's the HUD effect.
Yeah, it's the 21 to Poser
Yeah, 21 hits.
and 16 to Arthur. I believe that hits because you guys only have 14s, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Poser's damage of 5d10 is 25. Now, Poser, you're at full shields.
Yep.
And you have DR10, so that's actually 0 damage because it's just enough to absorb. But your shields go from 15 to 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you're rocking the ship and like, oh, that's close, I wish I had the other noise, the noise for the droid as opposed to just like beeps and whirls, But for Arthur, unfortunately, he's also going to eat a 5d10 and take 13 points. Now, 15 of your shield, choose that.
You did not. You reminded everyone about shields after my turn, so I don't currently have shields up.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be a dick about it. It was fine. I was just joking.
Cool.
Because you actually took the time to find a rule in the book that none of us had covered about aiding another. And this is our first battle, and poor Jay's been out of the game, so it's fine. They're up.
Does that mean I have 2 left?
No, that means you have your 15 shield rating, choose up the 13 points, you take no damage, and then your shields, as the field constantly tries to regenerate, goes from 10 down to 15. Or 50.
It does not, because the shield rating was not maxed out.
Oh,
So to drop the shields, you would at least need to do whatever the current rating is.
Oh, that's cool.
So you'd have to do 15.
yeah, that's cool.
So
Yeah,
He's
that's good. As long as they don't bypass. That makes a lot of sense too, really. You think about it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that. And all of our movement's done. And now, just as Rahal predicted, these platforms have guns on them. Gun turrets. And as crappy as they are, they still try to train on you guys and pick you guys out amongst the Tabana gas refinery platforms guns try to pick you out. Now, the good news is, well, we'll get into that in a minute. These things don't fly around. They have shields themselves, DR, and a certain amount of hit points, but nothing like the blaster. Like, these are platforms. They're built to hold something up. They're not built out of the Durasteel, the type that you use for ships. You know what I mean? They're construction. They're not armament. You know, it's a car, not a tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a van.
Function.
Yeah.
For what their duty
Yeah.
is.
So, like, their hit points are El Crapo. Whether or not they're going to blow up. Anyway, they will attack when you guys get to short range or closer. So anything within 2 squares. Sorry, anything within what kind of cannon do I have? Oh yeah, different cannons have different ranges. Because you guys have lasers, right? The
blaster cannons.
Yeah, but no. The Glorious Chariot actually has laser cannons and has different range. The medium range on a laser cannon goes out to 5 instead of 4. That's about the only difference. It's got better range. The laser cannons, the medium laser cannons that are on the Glorious Chariot under Gilligar actually have better range increments than the blaster cannons. That is cool. I've got blaster cannon point blank 0-1, short 2, medium 3-4, long 5-8. And then I've got laser cannon 0-1 point blank, 2 for short, 3-5 for medium, and 6-10 for long range. But not as much damage. It's kind of like a rifle compared to that's kind of neat. Anyway, sorry. So these things are only really going to track you guys at short range or closer. So since these things have blaster cannons mounted on them, you've got to be within 2 squares or they don't care. So Rahal is actually 3. Like if he was on an angle, it'd be 2. If it was straight down, it'd be, yeah. So it just starts tracking you. You know, looking for that shot. They don't fire. Probably because of the fact that their plus to hit is small, and you know you need to be a close shot to, like, if you fire way off, cloud car goes by, ding. Whoops, sorry. Which brings us to round 3 of the glorious combat. Back to Merrick. What are your orders, sir?
Focus fire. We're losing concentration. Shoot this one. As I carry on shooting at my prime target. Oh, wait. Didn't I get a dogfight of opportunity?
Yeah, you got one on the flyby, but don't take it because it forces you to focus on them and them alone.
Yeah, all right. I was just curious about rules, new and all that stuff. So,
I mean, the advantage of dogfighting is if anyone else tries to shoot you as well as him, they're taking penalties. Now, they outnumber you. So,
a bit.
I'm just saying, like, you guys engaging in dogfights is not necessarily a bad idea, Matt, because they outnumber you, which means if they start ganging up on you, like I've got 2 or 3 right in front of you, right? If you start dogfighting one of them, the other guys are going to take serious penalties. Just saying.
Yeah, even shooting into dogfights incur penalties, I think.
This is what I'm saying. Like right now, they're all just taking turns. I shoot at Rahal, he shoots at Rahal, Bob shoots at Rahal. If Rahal engages one in a dogfight, then the guy shoots at him, but his friends are all like -5, -5, because they're trying to get in on this. You know what I mean? Because we outnumber you. So anyway,
there's no penalty for because then you get into like pilot offs, I believe, in dogfights.
When you're outnumbered, it's not a bad idea to get into a dogfight because the extra guys that you're outnumbered by are taking serious penalties to try and, double up on you. Just saying. Anyway, what do you want to do, Merrick?
I would like to continue shooting the one that I shot before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
that's in front.
The one that you shot before is actually below you.
Correct.
That guy that's green and yellow?
Yeah.
Okay. He's the guy that you've hit before.
Yeah. Do we need to worry about movement?
They're adjacent to you. So if they're in your forward firing arc, like I'm assuming most of these things have a 60 degrees. And like I said, if you're allowed to take your ship and slide straight down, I don't have much of a problem with you like angling. Now you're talking about not moving.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, do you have to move?
Like,
Yes, unless you spend a swift action to come to a full stop, you have to move.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right, so anyways, standard action. I will shoot my cannons. Burst fire mode.
right. But you can 180 because like there's a wall of bad guys in front of you, and if you go through them, you're gonna collide because there's no dipping under.
Well,
Yeah.
you can, but you have to spend the movement to do it. So
Yeah.
you'd have to spend 1 down, 1 over, or 2 over, 1 up.
Oh, they.
Yeah,
I
so
thought they
you-
can I thought they canceled it. They turned it into a flat chessboard. You're allowed to go. So you are allowed to go under a square.
You just can't end in.
You can't, yeah. Well, you can't pass through their combat zone. So
Right.
these are all 4x4s, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So in order to get past it, you have to fly down a square.
It's 4 because you can't do that angle thing because the guy you're clipping his corner.
It'd be like if we were to go around it, left or right. Same for up and down.
Well, basically to get up
Cardinal movements only.
to get up
Cardinal movements only.
to get on his back, right? Straight through is 2, right? To go under him, it's actually 4 because you're not going under and then back up.
It would take my entire move action to get just behind him.
But that's not a bad idea. If you shoot first and then just end up behind him, you're flying through and gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
So just figuring these things out here.
Yeah. Go.
So yeah, I get 8 another from R4.
Yeah. So you get the
So-
+2.
Nice. All right. So attack. Use my prime target, so I get another +2.
Mm-hmm. And you want
So
to
it's
do you want to shoot or you
plus
want to do auto fire?
Auto fire, burst fire.
Burst fire.
Yeah.
Burst away.
Submit. All the dice. Oh. I don't know that number.
Do you have a
low.
destiny point, man?
Yeah, I do. You know what? It was my destiny to shoot this thing.
Hold
Oh.
up. Something with the math is going wrong.
0. I know. I rolled a 2.
Well, so part of what it is when you input the modifier, you put a +2 or a +4.
Plus
You-
4, yeah.
You don't need to put in the addition sign because that messes up the automatic roll or the automatic rolling on the character sheet and negates a lot of the modifiers.
So if you take your cursor right to where it says attack 0 in the gray
Yeah,
box,
I
hover it over. See how it says at the end -5 miscellaneous +0 +4.
Yeah, 2 pluses.
Yeah, yeah.
'cause I
Yeah.
have to put in the negative.
So basically, you're just going to say 4, which is plus, or -4, which is minus. You don't need to actually tell it +4. What he's saying. So okay.
All right. So that would have been.
Then a 9.
Looks like
Well, even if he misses, I'm going to take half, right?
No, it's not
Hmm?
auto fire. It's burst fire.
Oh, okay.
Burst fire
I
is
mean,
single
it-
target.
all the pluses he's got there looks like it'd be 19, would it not?
Oh no, you have to only read the bottom line. I think there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
4 + 5 + 1 + 2 + 2 5 + 2.
There's a -5 there.
Oh, that's a minus.
No,
Yeah,
there's,
okay.
there's 2. It says rolling 1d20 at 20 plus 5, 2, 1. That's 8 minus 5. So you're back down to 3 plus 4, 7.
7. Yeah, that's not savable with the force point. But it was my destiny to blow this thing up today.
Now, what we're talking about using destiny points on vehicles, you cannot.
You can't. I can't make it a critical,
Oh, okay. So just
but I can
let it be.
hit.
Let it be. Let it be.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's it gonna be?
Oh, yeah. I'll move to the other side.
Okay.
So I will go low and pilot underneath them.
Oh, now you wanted to shoot the guy that you shot last time. So you're actually kind of sliding.
Well, no, I would go straight, not the one who I was shooting at.
Okay. Oh, right, because we occurred what you need to move, and it made you switch targets, but we didn't
Yeah.
state that. So okay, so you're switching up targets with a miss. Okay, and you're on the other side of him. Okay, and that's you.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have the glorious chariot. So where would you like Vabesh to move yourself to? Like he'll fly, but you're on the guns or whatever. So he can do the same thing. He can pull up or pull down, let you take your shot, and then like end up on the other side of this. Or we could do something really funky, like go straight up the wall and end up on the other side of that turret. But then, of course, we were told it's taking shots. You know what I mean? You can dip under anyone. But Merrick was saying what? Stay focused, stay in formation. What do you want to do there, Corey?
You're muted, Corey.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Slow but sure. Well, let's see. I think we should shoot somebody.
All right. So with the glorious chariots, double medium laser cannons.
Absolutely.
Okay. And yeah, he's going to try his luck as well. I think Besh will take a shot because he's nose to nose and then just use his 4 squares to go under, like the same thing. So Matt, if you want to shoot for Besh, we will take 2 shots here. And this is at 1 square away.
So that should give us a point blank.
Now, I noticed... Yeah.
Does that give me the option to use my point blank?
As long as the point blank feat doesn't say it's for specific weapons, it's just you, then yeah.
No, I don't believe it does. It's point blank shot, +1 to attack, +1 to damage.
Yep. I don't think Besh has that, but yeah, you can get another plus out of that. So with Besh, Matt, you got a 16. And against the Talons, our Cloud Car aficionados, no. These suckers are sleek, fast, and definitely reflexible. So that is a miss, sir. And for Gilligar, you want to shoot?
Absolutely.
And then he flies under, and I've already left the vehicle on the far side. Everybody remember where we parked.
All right, I hit submit.
And in he goes.
Hit the roll, and I see nothing.
So after the chariot, we've got Arthur. What would you like to do while he's doing these rolls, taking his shot?
I'd probably also, I guess, take a shot.
Okay. You want to shoot at the guy that's kitty corner to you, the cloud car below, or do you want to move first?
I'll take the guy that's kitty corner to me.
Okay. So I'm going to tag a cloud car this time as you. So double medium laser cannon from Gilligar. What'd you get?
It seemed to be a little bit on the slow side for some particular reason.
Oh, it's that tracking, man. You just got to, you got to have your people look at this console if you're going to keep the ship, man. Because, like, I tell you.
We get an attack of 9 plus a little bit of bonus of, I think, is 1. So attack of 10, which I'm going to guess is likely going to miss, which kind of
let's just say
sucks.
I'm not going to ask you to burn a force point. That's how bad, that's how good reflex it is, But you're trying hard. We're flying, and we're not doing badly. I mean, they are getting hit, not us, really. So, which brings us back to Arthur.
Yes. So I'm going to take a shot. I'm not going to use auto fire just because I don't think he's Arthur's quite busy and not quite as used to firing weapons like that anyways.
Okay. He's taking his focused little pew. The one shot. So what do you got for us?
That is a 14.
Would you like to use a force point?
Does Arthur have force points?
Arthur is an NPC, which means he would have at least one, and he's never used it. So that's up to you.
Sure.
It's up to you. He's your droid.
Sure.
I'll have to look into that. 5.
So +5 for 19.
That hits.
Cool.
Damage the Mr. Little Cloud Cart, because you know why I asked for the force point, eh? He's got 2 10s in his 3D to like. There's a lot of damage in here, man.
And the other one's a 9, so that was almost max damage.
Yeah, so like 58 points of damage. Okay. And where do you want to move to?
I would move probably.
Now, you don't have to move towards the guy just because you shot him, by the way. You can peel away. You can move anywhere you want, really, so.
I would be wanting to move fairly close to where Rahal's going, but that's a lot of people in the center there. So instead, I would like to kind of work towards getting past the guy I just shot.
Give me a ping of your goal, your end game, and then we'll calculate the movement.
My end game is to flank around to the side.
Okay, so if you go, to make this easier, strafe straight down in front of him 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then strafe, because if you try and go under him or anything, it's going to cost you all your move and you've already shot. So basically you're going to kind of like pull hard, shoot as you're turning, and then it's almost like you're facing south now, and it's 1, 2, and you kind of go around, 3, 4, and you're here. Now, there isn't really attacks of opportunity with vehicles in this as they move around because most of the guns are trained forward. Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it?
So anytime that you would incur an attack of opportunity in standard combat,
Yeah.
you can try to engage a dogfight.
Oh, okay.
So there is no attack of opportunity, but every time that in standard combat that you would incur one,
Okay.
the person
For free.
gets to, yeah,
So I don't have to like waste my standard action later.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh no, totally.
As a reaction.
So,
Okay. So you.
so if it goes to leave me, would that also provoke that?
If he peels away,
Yeah.
yeah, it would provoke from you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Unless now if he's right behind you, following you, like
So basically, the only difference is that you don't get a free attack; you get a free attempt to engage in a dogfight.
I would say that you probably threaten just about every square except for maybe the 1 or 3 directly behind your vessel.
Mhm.
But it doesn't matter that he's leaving the one like behind you here, because if later on I'm in front, there's several that I got to go through that provoke. You know what I mean? Anyway, he's totally gonna tuck in behind and try to engage in a dogfight. Now this is on your turn, so I'm just gonna spin the mini. I'm not gonna move it, right? So yeah. So now we go to piloting rolls as a reaction. So Buddy is going to do a piloting roll. Do I still take the -5?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Whoever tries to initiate the dogfight takes a -5 penalty.
Okay. So +2. Okay. So give me a piloting roll from good old Buddy there. 20.
27.
Oh, he's a feisty little droid.
In your face.
Feisty little droid. All right. But then again, you're drawing him out, right? So this is
So now that guy has no reaction, so anybody can fly around him willy nilly and not worry about being engaged.
But he still gets his turn, right? So okay, so that is the chariot
And I swift action shields.
Okay. Now, knowing this, okay, you guys flew past me, the last 2. Okay, this suddenly comes up like way later. The Talons would totally try to do the same thing. So I want a piloting roll from Merrick and from Besh, because you're like literally flying through and under. So like, yeah, they're gonna try to turn and do the same thing. It's a free roll. There's no downside, but it does tie us up. So 19.5 is 14 plus 2 is 16 against Merrick. Let me roll this properly now. The other guy gets 14. So piloting check from Merrick. Got to beat a 16, 7. No. Oh, I'm dogfighting you. You mine.
We fight.
You fight.
And we dance.
And from Mr. Besh. Mr. Besh.
Hold on a second. I'm working on it.
All right.
Working on it. There it is. Vabesh. Pilot
Which brings us down to Poser's turn.
of 15.
Ooh. Actually, you beat him by 1. Because I
Woohoo!
actually had the plus set up properly in that second roll. So, yeah, you shake him.
Is it straight pilot checks or pilot checks with the ship itself?
Oh, it's your pilot check with that. And don't forget the -5, right?
Yeah, I did.
If you're
I
attacking.
did.
Yeah.
These guys have +7 piloting. I'm only giving them +2 to try to engage you like this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give any ships that are dogfighting.
And as for that question, it should be the same either way. If you're set to piloting and you're trained in piloting, your piloting skill on the starship sheet should match your piloting skill on your character sheet.
The thing is, though, there is going to be the vehicle size modifier that changes things.
Yeah, like looking at my sheet, the pilot on the ship is 6, where my pilot is 8.
Yeah, you're pretty much better off using your own because the level you guys are. Unless you have somebody that's like no skill. Anyway, but the ship might make up for like untrained pilots, maybe. Poser, you are up and Rahal's on deck. What do you want to do, Poser?
Okay, so to go from starship scale, or from character scale to starship scale, you take what is it, 4x4 squares and
Yeah.
you know, make them into ones.
Yeah.
So to be 3 squares away in starship scale would be what, 12 squares?
That's right.
In game.
That's right.
Okay. And I believe these guys have open canopies, or I
Nope.
can at least see into the cockpit.
These guys are granted total cover.
Do I have line of sight on them? Not line of effect, line of sight.
On whom?
Pilots.
Well, the guy,
On any of the
the
pilots.
guy that's like nose to nose with you, adjacent. I'll give you that one, sure.
Okay.
If you want to, like, on your turn, if you want to move, I would like you to like not sit there, but like actually move past them so that you can, get close and see before you use your power, whatever. Then sure, why not?
Okay.
So give you
Perfect.
throw some movement so you get like right up on them and do the old Top Gun or something, right? Upside down or whatever it needs. Pick out the little helmet. I see you. Right.
Yeah. I will go up and over him and start to spin upside down.
Okay.
So that will give me 1 up, 2, 3, and 4 across.
Now, given how fast these guys are coming at you, right? Like, do you guys remember the scene with he's just flying towards Bespin and they crossed his nose? Did you see the pilots? Well, kinda. I'm just wondering, does cover or total cover give any kind of bonus or penalty to your force use?
Or do you feel the pilot?
Can. On telekinetic force powers, it does. Cover does provide bonuses to will, reflex, or fortitude.
Okay, so I guess what I should be asking is, what power do you want to use?
I want to use Mind Shard. I want to melt these guys, the pilot's mind.
Okay. Okay, well, considering you can't see his brain, you just need to lock onto a life form. I'll give it to you. Oh, you know what? You could sense life forms.
Yeah.
So give me 2. You're burning your Swift to, like, instead of use your shields or whatever, you're burning your Swift to do the ping.
Yeah.
Sense him and then lock on,
Works for me.
I mean, you're pinging, so that's the downside.
Yeah, well, at this point. Okay, 27 to ping.
Yep. Okay, you lock onto the guy. And then as you're moving, right?
Yep. And then let's try for the mind melt. All right, that is a 31 on the dice.
Using the weapons we can't see.
It just looks like a pilot.
He's like, mental pew pew pew.
He just flies by and you just see like that splatter of total red sheet inside the canopy. Like, he just paints inside a canopy and the ship just kind of spirals down into a pocket of gas. I guess he couldn't take the pressure. Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
So I'm assuming I beat his will defense.
Yes.
The 31.
Maybe. Sure.
Okay, so the damage I will be doing is 5 die 8 points of damage.
What kind of willpower does it? Oh, it doesn't.
So that is 21 points of damage straight to the pilot.
Okay.
And he's knocked down 1 on the condition track.
I don't have pilots. I just have cars.
Oh, yeah. Well,
However, a guy with these skills, I could probably. There's a way I can either use the generic or like use the other guys from the other thing. Yep, that's fine. You know what? Because these guys are comparable to the other dudes. So third.
Well,
how
the
much,
other
21?
dudes would have been like private mercenaries. These are just.
Oh,
I mean, I guess
Clown
probably
car
higher up.
drivers.
But-
no. He's the elite Talon combat cars are elite dudes.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'd
pretty
say
fair.
I'd say they're comparable to the Mook Sellebeck guys. I was gonna take a little bit off, but you know, since you shoved that in my face, no, I think we're really good. We're awesome. Maybe even better. No. 21 points.
Yes,
Ow.
and 1 down the condition track.
But hey, now he's -1 everything he does.
Exactly.
So purple guy, we're going to give him. Where is it? There's a guy. It looks like he's got a headache in the symbols here. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, this guy. It's a little guy going ah, and then off his head is all this glow. It looks like such a headache. I have such a headache. All right,
Ow, my brain.
and then you need to fly around.
Fast.
Well, the
Yes.
problem is though you'd only have 4, and that would put you into another cloud car. So,
Go up 1, across a second one.
that's 3. Puts you here.
Well, so it'd be going up, across.
Then you'd end in a friendly.
Yeah, you can't end
Well,
it in.
You can
Sorry,
throttle back. You don't have to move 4 squares.
Well, no. So I'm using this representation as what I'm doing vertically to get over this guy.
Right, but
So I would end in this square, but 1 up.
the problem is like 4 gets you here, and we're allowing flybys, but we're not like gonna vertically stack because
No, 4 would get him 1 pass there. He just can't come back down to the plane.
yeah. But like I say, like technically though, like I'll allow flying over as a way of like going through instead of colliding. But since we're not using vertical combat, which now he is using,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna allow that maneuver. So what you
So I would say, yeah, curve off in either to the north or to the south because those squares are empty.
right, but you could do this. That would cost you the same movement.
Yeah, sure. I'll fly that way then.
So basic.
I'll fly south.
Yeah. I know.
Just
I know.
swing around.
And yeah, like as long as you're, because like kitty corner, like 1 more is a double and would cost you like 5 or 6. But there's no reason why you can't link up with Arthur on the south, or on the north if you want to like just end up toe to toe with this guy. It's up to you.
No, I want to go south with
Okay. Now,
R4.
normally you provoke an attack of opportunity and he would dogfight you, but since you literally gave me the headache of the universe and took like 2/3 of my hit points, which probably breaks my threshold and takes me down the condition track like 2 instead of just 1. What happens when you break my threshold? I go down the condition track, right?
Yes.
So that's actually -2. I'm going to say that I'm hurting so bad that I don't really think to engage you in a dogfight at this time. I'm more worried why I'm bleeding out my ears. And that's you done, sir. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Next, we have Rahul.
All right. So as a free action, I'm going to pop on the comms and call for some tactical backup from the Banshee.
Okay.
Captain O'Keefe, if you don't mind, if you could provide us some Overwatch, maybe tap into their comms, whatever it takes. Any information would help.
So you want to get Zin to like hack into their channel and broadcast
If you
it?
can, absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
O'Keefe is actually like you called O'Keefe to like get over here and help. So she's on the other side of the station like
Well, I'm
flying.
assuming Crash is piloting.
Yeah, but I'm just like they're already on the
whoever.
way. Just they weren't at your position, so they
I'm calling the Banshee. I'm not specifying. They can decide.
Oh,
who does
sorry. You're
what.
sorry. I mean, you're phoning the like when you say calling. I'm thinking like you're going come here. And it's like, well, you've already done that. They'll get here when they get here. You mean phone them up and say, hey,
Yep.
help me out.
Say, on your way in, give us any
Okay.
tactical you can give us. Tap into their comms, whatever. Blah
All
blah
right.
blah.
Well, you've already got like 10 characters, and like Corey's a bit new at the roles, so I'm gonna turn Zin over to Jay, who hasn't played in like forever, and Jay can use Zin's character and take the blame for doing said computer use and hacking. So actually, Zin is already controlled by all characters.
Yep.
So there you go. You want
A
to
man of many.
you want to pull up
talents.
Zin there, Jay. Start chopping away, and I'll get back to you. So anyway, did I miss somebody? No.
Yeah,
that's you.
I still have my turn.
Right. So you okay.
So as I'm on the comms, I will move my character down 1 square, forward 1 square, and fire on the target that
Is dogfighting at -5?
No, the one that he claimed first, which is the kitty corner to me.
This guy, the yellow guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
I got so many dots I look like a stoplight, and I put them everywhere. I'm glad you remember.
Well,
Everyone's taking a shot at me.
that's our tactic,
That's fine.
and I will do the same. 25 to hit.
Nice. 32 damage.
32 damage.
Nice.
I have no shields, but I take 10 off because I have damage reduction, so that's 22 off of what's left of me, which drops me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's getting shoot up. Not, not looking so good. And that's you, sir?
Speaking
Yes.
from Zin here, I'm just wondering, is Zin just really, really, really good at hacking suddenly?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
When when Zin took his last level, he threw a bunch into computers to be useful, and then when we first got to Bespin, when you weren't playing, he camped out on the Banshee and was like logging into systems, and he did all kinds of cyber hacking. He was like you and
Yeah.
Arthur.
So,
And you're-
so
I was
Bespin
just
systems are
surprised at
friendly
the-
to him.
Yeah. he
Yeah, I was just surprised at him he's got a miscellaneous +10
Yeah.
to all use.
and
computer
he's
roles.
only like what, 3rd, 4th, 5th? He's like below you guys in level.
He's 4th.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
he was a level below to start, and like when he went from 3rd to 4th, he decided to go way off into the computer world to branch out. Anyway, yeah. Hey, it's helpful. Don't doubt, don't knock it.
Eh.
I think
More
it
like
actually was
aw.
a piece of hardware he purchased.
Well, it's not like you ever see Lethans in drinking talking about their shared skill set. One's always in the lab, and one's always locked his quarters watching alien porn on the internet, and releasing bounty hunter, on Jedi and stuff. Anyway, right. So that is Rahal.
Yeah, I'm done.
You sure?
Oh wait, no, I've got a swift, so I'm gonna start to re-up my shield.
Right. Okay. How are we gonna do this here? I'm going
One
to.
of 3.
Right, so I'm going to remove your shield rating 14 out of the center here, and I'm just going to go 1, 2, or 3 to see what you are for your, you know what I mean? Where you're at. So I'm going to put a 1 in there, and this is going to say that you've got 1 of 3 before I can up the 5 to 10, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't see that, but if it helps you remember.
It will, because marking that. Well, I'm trying to use less paper and more cyber, so it's in front of me, And that's you, sir. Okay,
Yep.
The Talons. This ought to be fun.
Well, actually, the guy in front of me would have garnered the dogfight potential. So if you want to make that attempt.
The guy in front of you.
So, because I technically moved through his threatened square.
Oh, you mean coming down here?
Yeah.
He was trying to engage the freighter behind him and lost it. So his focus is, if anything, I guess I would say I'm turned around, but
Oh, he's already reacted. Never mind. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
like he's, sorry, I should turn him, I guess would make, I'll have them turn to face their focus, right? Okay, this ought to be fun. So yeah, coming straight down here. 1, 2, just pulling back on the throttle and shooting you at point blank.
Oh crap! That's an extra damage to that guy too.
What's that?
The guy who I shot, I get an extra point of damage for point blank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't forget the point blank damage.
Yep.
Okay. Done and done. There we go. Done and done. Meanwhile, we've got this guy coming up on you here against Rahal. We've got the dogfight, which we'll get into in a minute. We'll have just shooting the freighter in the back. And then we've got these guys where on his turn, he's tries to shake it off and wondering why he's really hurt. But I'm one of these elite, go Bespin type of thing. Like, I'm not just going to oh, I have a headache, I got to fly down, That's a cloud car thing. Buddy, take the controls. He's alone. So he just tries to suck it up, not really realizing what's going on.
Not tonight, honey. I've got a headache.
I am blacking out, yeah. He's going to turn on Poser. So I've got 3 straight shots, and then we'll do Merrick in the dogfight, because that is definitely going to be different. So taking regular shots, and I don't mean drinking, taking regular shots at you guys with my little +3. Pew pew. Starting with Rahal, 5. Then the freighter with 21. And lastly, Poser with 22. So I think I missed Rahal, and I think I hit the freighter and the Poser. The Poser, the rocker.
Yeah, you totally missed with a 5.
Yeah, I thought so.
And you totally hit with the 22.
Force point. Okay. So these guys, unfortunately, have 40-10 times 2. So starting with the freighter, 27 twice. It's like 54.
Yep,
and then
54.
And then Poser. Come on. Poser, 17 twice is 34.
Yep.
So starting with 54 on the freighter, you are pretty beefy. You've got a 15 shield that I've not even touched yet. Right? Plus, you've got a 15 damage reduction. So that's 30 points off my 54 right there. Leaving me with 24 points getting to the hull, which means your shields do drop to 10, unfortunately. But the actual ship with 120 only takes 24 points, leaving you at 96. And you're not so bad off. So this sucker flips around as you fly, and he just starts chewing up the back of your ship. Shoo, 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 shoo. At you, sir. Poser, same thing. Coming at you sideways, hooking in and tightening up, and then 34. Looking at your shields, you've got 15. So that drops...
10.
Sorry? Oh, you're down to 10?
I should only have 10.
I thought I missed you because I didn't get through your shields. Was that Arthur?
That was Arthur.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your honesty, sir. Okay, so, sorry, 34, so that leaves me with 24. Another 10 off of your damage reduction is 14 points. So taking your first actual damage as Systems Flare, 14, leaving you with 106. And pew, 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 and that is you. Or I should say that is us shooting at you guys. Now the cloud cars start trying to come in and help. And I've got... basically, just to make this a little bit more, this is going to be like such a weird headache. I'm going to have one slide down to chase Arthur and shoot him in the back. I'm going to have this one turn and go 1, 2, 3 and come up behind, slow up, come up behind Poser. So you've got 2 guys engaging you. Then we have a cloud car. Rahal, if you want to dogfight this guy, he's going to shoot at you now with the co-pilot and just fly straight through his friendly buddy. 1, 2.
Which one?
This cloud car that's on like in front of you down bottom left.
You know what? I'll take an attempt at it.
2. Okay. 3. So he goes flying by 1, 2, 3, 4.
A 20
5.
to stop him dead in his tracks and engage him at that point.
6.
It'd actually be a 15.
Do you
take a -5 if you're
All right, -5.
Do you stop my movement?
Yeah, it would.
It's 19.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That wouldn't.
Okay.
Because I got a 15.
Okay.
Had to try though.
Yeah.
It's free.
6 turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twink. Okay, I'm just going to give these guys dots of like the last guy shot at as opposed to who they're taking fire from. Otherwise, this is going to get confusing as hell. So those guys are engaging those targets. And then we have, I've done the Talons, and then we have these guys go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they just tuck in behind you like so. And this one's going to tight turn. 1. And on Merrick. So I am changing my focus to Merrick. And he's changing his focus to Rahal.
Merrick in a dogfight.
Merrick's in a dogfight. Yeah, that's true. And we're on comm, so where did I start? Up here? So, well, if you're in a dogfight, then I am free to go where I wish. So I'm actually going to go down 1, 2, 3. Hi there. And I'm basically going to engage the freighter at the front. And I go right across his little nose. It's ballsy because I'd rather get in behind you, but it is what it is. Oh, you know what? I don't have to stop. I've got a co-pilot, do I? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because these guys want to do strafes. I just don't want to be out in front of you. So, Vabesh, do you want to engage me in a dogfight? Can you do that with a freighter? I guess so.
Yeah.
Is Vabesh going to try to lock me up with a dogfight here? Or no? Ramagilligar, you're in there with him. This cloud car goes flying by your nose. You urge Joe to you urge Vabesh to like chase him, or you're more worried about the guy chewing up your tail?
No, we're gonna chase him. Come on, let's do it.
Okay.
Go big or go home.
All right, Besh, I need a -5 pilot check.
Babash. Hello.
We're sorry, Vabesh is muted and not home right now. Pulling up a sheet. And.
Sorry, my bad. I was.
Yep.
By the way.
Shoot him! And I'm going to start firing at you guys while we're calculating all this. I'll start at the
Okay,
bottom.
we're going for a natural 20 here.
I'm going to start with Arthur at the bottom and work my way up the cloud cars just for something different. So, our little cloud cars with their little +3s. 1 against Arthur. 22 is a hit. 1 against Poser. 8 is a miss. 1 against Rahal. 22 is a hit. 2nd against Rahal. 22 is a hit.
Jesus, I'm gonna get shot down.
Welcome to Cloud City. Don't let the Tabana gas hit you on the way out. And the one
I'm just gonna mention this though, Jeff. You're really hot on the dice tonight.
I'm either like 0, like 5s and 8s, or like way up. Like it's on and off. Though I have to say, like 2 out of those 3 rolls are hot, and 1 is light. It's not all
22, 8, 22, 22. That's hot on the dice.
And the last one, 17 against our big freighter. So I think I've hit just about everybody once. Did I not?
You hit me twice.
Where did I start here? I had an 11 against Arthur and missed, right? Then I had Poser with a 22.
Do you remember how much damage you did to me with that first hit?
Oh,
Jeff?
sorry. What?
Do you remember how much damage you did to me with that first hit?
I've got you down to 103.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I started with Arthur and I had a 22.
The first 22 is against me.
Okay. So Arthur with a 22, because I'm looking at 11 here in the start of my patch. I'm wondering what the hell that was from. Was that me piloting? Doesn't tell me what my math is.
Considering that group of messages is from 1214, probably pilot checks.
Well, see, they're all at +3, so I think I might have hit the button too many times And I've
Well, that 11 is no bonuses at all. It's just a random roll.
no, it says 11.
The,
It says
the
1d3.
11 was a counter, or was a opposing pilot check to Rahal trying to engage in,
A dogfight.
yes,
Oh,
as Vabesh. Or sorry, Matt playing as Vabesh.
okay. And I failed.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's not a pilot roll, it's a +3. A pilot roll is +7. So what I'm thinking here is I owe, like I said, like I was saying, I was rolling to hits while that piloting stuff was going on. So here's my anti-Besh roll at the end with a 16 against Besh's 20.
Yeah.
So now he's locked up in a dogfight. Anyway, now he does get a shot at you, but it's going to come at the end.
It actually doesn't engage in a dogfight because it needs to be at a -5 penalty from Vabesh.
Right. So 15 versus versus 16. So no.
To be fair,
failed.
because like I said, if I spam rolls, I want to give the proper roll. So starting at the bottom with an 11 +3, I'm looking right at it, actually misses Arthur. My first 22 is moving up is against Poser, and that's a hit. So I'm going to start doing damage before I get even more screwed up here.
I mean, if it's an 11 +3, that would be 14, which is my reflex.
No, it's oh, okay, I see what I'm going. I've got a raw 20 that got me an 11. +7 is 19. You're right. That was the Rahal roll. Now it says underneath, because I'm looking underneath for its stats, but they're above it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rolling 1d20 +3 is 19, +3 is 22. So yes, sorry. You're right. So Arthur gets hit, and I'm doing cloud car damage, which is 5d10, but it's not doubled. So 5d10. Doing 21 points. So what's Arthur's shields at here? What do we got? Arthur's shields are at 15 and 25 because we had the damage reduction, so that's nothing. However, your shields go down because I did do more than 15 points. So your shields are going to go down to 10. So when you get back to Arthur, you might want to do something about recycling those. So I'm chewing on your shields. Next we have, going back up, I thought this would be easier, it's actually harder. An 8 against Poser, which is a miss. Then we start chewing up Rahal with 2 22s.
Yep.
Ow. And then the dog fighting Merrick.
So do me a favor and roll all ones on your damage.
Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. 5d10 is 40.
Oh,
and
damn.
5d.
So 35 minus 10 leaves out of 40, 15. So 25 points of damage hit me, and I have no shields.
Hang on a second. So you only have 5 shields right now.
Right. So 5 shields.
And then there's the 10 DR.
And then 10 leaves 25 damage. So the first attack strips my shields and does 25 points of damage.
I think you're overkilling yourself. Because if you take 15 off, it leaves 20.
You don't.
Oh, I'm looking at the other one. Sorry, I'm looking at the second roll.
40.
I was looking at the
25,
35. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So 25 points of damage to the ship.
Yeah.
Which is 75 and 3 is 78. Okay, and then we do this again. Only
but no shields.
But no
I still get the DR, so another 25 points of damage.
25 points off of you, which drops you to 53.
Holy shit! I'm going to explode.
Now you guys can veer out. They talk about you guys.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
Well, we're all getting
Look at
picked on.
you.
You're just
You got
getting
yourself
hit.
surrounded.
And just kind of where you ended up on the board, to be honest. And no turrets are firing. And round 4, we will see you next time on We Shot First. Somebody say goodnight.
And we did shoot first.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Mommy!
Well, that was fun.
Hiya! So, what's everyone's opinions?
Oh, we're getting our asses handed to us.
So, if we can all just hurry up and die. I know.
Well, they can chase us to orbit.
Yeah, and then they can hold their breath and cover their eyeball sockets. Lose. Sorry, but we are heavily outnumbered. I wasn't expecting the stations to be a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that
I
was a
mean,
thing either.
What are
We
the
could-
what are the dogfight? Well, they need to make a pilot check just to shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
How long are we talking here? Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. Okay.